Hey everybody, welcome back to another max velocity weather forecast, and today what we're going over is that severe weather outbreak that is going to be possible tonight in the Midwest. That includes areas from Iowa back into Illinois. I'm going to give you this breakdown, everything that you need to know in this forecast. Let's begin first with the outlook for tonight. There is an enhanced risk for severe weather. This does include areas just east of Des Moines from about Washington and Iowa City back through Davenport. It goes back into Lincoln and Normal and Springfield, Illinois. There's also a slight risk outside of that does go from Des Moines back through areas in Indianapolis. So it's a pretty large area today, and also a marginal threat goes back into Chicago through St. Louis. The main concerns today will be large to potentially very large hail with a few storms, along with the potential for some damaging winds, which is actually our lowest concern for today. And then the potential for a few tornadoes does exist, which one or two may be strong. So today will be a day to watch for very closely. Taking a look at the tornado potential for today, you can see that there is a yellow shaded region that represents your potential for a 10% chance within a 25-mile radius of a tornado. Along with that, this is a significant risk area that again includes areas from Galesburg back through Oskaloosa, back in Iowa City, as well as Davenport are all included in that potential, that little 10% region, and also a potential for a strong tornado exists here. Now, taking a look at our future radar, beginning with Iowa tonight, we'll begin to see some strong to potentially very severe storms develop between about 5 to 8 o'clock tonight in Central Time. So this will be the time where we're going to begin to see that development. Now, with these initial storms, all modes of severe weather will exist. And again, tornado potential does exist very well with these initial storms, along with a very good chance for a very large hail. By 7 to 8 o'clock, those storms will continue to march out to the east towards Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, and Burlington. Eventually, by 9 o'clock, the storms are beginning to go into areas in Illinois. Here's a look at 9 o'clock back over in Illinois. You can begin to see a bit more of a cluster of storms. Once we begin to see this occur, it's probably going to be about a 2 to 3 hour window where we see very significant severe weather. And then eventually by about 9 to 10 o'clock or so, we're probably going to begin to see that significant severe weather start to dwindle a little bit more. I think that what we'll see after 10 o'clock tonight will likely be more of a damaging wind threat with maybe an isolated brief tornado and probably still a little bit of a hail threat still ongoing. Eventually going through 11 to 12 o'clock, you can begin to see that cluster of showers and storms extending from Chicago back through Springfield, and eventually going into the overnight hours, we'll begin to see more showers and storms into areas like Indianapolis as well as Bloomington, going into Indiana, and eventually going into tomorrow morning, we'll probably see the showers and storms start to weaken out as they go into areas like Kentucky. So again, main threat after about midnight or so tonight will likely be damaging winds. I cannot rule out to go again an isolated tornado or two though after that point. Here's a look at the severe weather for tomorrow. It's a small risk. It goes into western New England back through Ohio. Damaging winds, large hail possible in this region. And then going into Tuesday, I might go live on Tuesday, we'll see, but there is a potential for severe weather. As of right now, it is a marginal threat, but all modes of severe weather will be possible if the cap is broken, which is a big if. So we'll have to watch this day pretty closely, but as of right now, just something to be mindful of if you're in the Midwest. Also, a quick update on Tropical Storm Fiona, which is no longer a tropical storm when I'm recording this. It's actually officially a Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds around 80 miles per hour. I just got that update like 5 minutes ago. You can currently see a lot of convection is currently ongoing with this. It's becoming a lot more organized. Here's the big thing though. It's about to make landfall over Puerto Rico. Now, what happens when it makes landfall over Puerto Rico will stay at the same level it's at right now, if not maybe weaken a little bit before it kind of moves off to the north. So it's gonna be something to watch for again pretty closely. Here's a look at the track and intensity over the next several days. What's going to happen with this storm? Well, it's going to continue to be again a hurricane over the next several days, and it may become a major hurricane by the time it gets closer to Bermuda. So again, this will be something to watch for very closely. Luckily, no impacts are expected in the United States. So good news there. Otherwise, again, make sure that you are prepared if you're anywhere in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, anywhere in the eastern Bahamas, and along with, again, Bermuda will be next in the track of this storm. Make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you've not already. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting and All Dense Repair.